Welcome everyone, Adam the Woo here, about to make the trek to Burbank, California, to a haunt known as the Backwoods Maze. But do not be deceived, this is not in a forest, nor a theme park. It's a DIY, do-it-yourself home haunt in a neighborhood. I'm inviting you to join me. Shall you? As I make my way through the community, I'm noticing everyone's in on the act. Sign designates Field of Screams. Very close to the airport. I think they're safe up there from the terror that lies just down the road and across the street. This is it. This is it. With a yard full of headstones, including Michael Myers, the Creeper, Chucky, Leatherface, who just so happens to be standing behind his. Oh, there's Krueger up on the roof line.
Yeah, 2003 is the first time we ever built a full-blown maze where people were able to walk through it.
Yeah, just had that real strong interest for haunts and going through walkthroughs.
All right. Well, speaking of walkthroughs, you guys want to show me around?
Yeah,
let's do it.
People stop as they go down the street and say, "Wow, what's going on here?" That's kind of our grabber. It's full scale. I guess killer clown Jeep patterned after some video game. That's all plywood we cut out. Everything is basically pretty much cut out of wood. There's some metal in there. The clown, I have a good friend, Mike Levitri. You'll see in the back too, he does a lot of foam work. It's that simple EPS foam, and what he'll do is he'll just start from a block, just start carving away, sanding it down, then he'll hand it over to me, and then I'll hard coat, paint, airbrush, and detail it out. That looks cool at night.
This kind of reminds me of a demented gremlin.
Yeah, full scale, and I mean, what would he be? He's about probably 10 to 11 feet tall.
Yeah, he's tall.
Not the beginning of the maze, but being in the front, we needed something to kind of show that you are coming into something. So as you go through here, it almost starts the maze. You would enter through these gates, and then eventually you twist and turn through our backyard, and then eventually you'll be exiting out the same way.
So this would be the exit. So it's like a full circle.
Yeah, it is. It is.
Each room, there's so many different things an actor can do built into it, and it's kind of up to them. They could go up there. There's just so many options.
So you kind of give them free reign, whether to be in here or be up here.
They're usually kind of like, this is your room, and you can do whatever you want within this room.
Like traditional mazes, you go down and you just basically have a hallway. And you either have maybe a drop panel or a curtain scare. We found going to these different events, the neatest rooms are the ones you could probably see from a room to a room, and that allows the scarers to, like we said, somebody could scare here, somebody could scare through that window, somebody could scare around the corner, through this open fence, through another room. Somebody could come through here, which they usually do, and unfortunately for our neighbors, like to do that whole thing.
That's always a good startling mechanism, is slamming a metal trash can.
And bars here, so we like to bombard you at all angles, different angles, even from above. One here, we crammed our smallest scare in this little space, and he could stick his head out here, basically his nose.
He was just like laying up in there?
Laying in there, and then maybe a hand kind of coming out.
This is the drunken clam.
Yeah, those of you that watch TV and TV sitcom cartoons might recognize that.
Around every corner is like little hidden Easter eggs.
Yeah, pay attention to a lot of the signs. I mean, if you're into video games, television, movies, there's a lot of references going on.
Is that a police officer?
Yeah, security guard.
Oh, he's the security guard.
Yeah. The theme is pretty, I think it could be a lot of different things, depending on, what people's, how they view things, but because it's so bizarre. But I think that it's kind of I'd say it's a junkyard that's, whatever's living inside of it has kind of gone out and collected scraps and brought them back and built this strange, bizarre society with it.
It kind of allows us and cheats to allow us to do so many different cool visual things instead of, we are a gothic haunted house and let it be just that. It gives us all these different outlets to post-apocalyptic. I mean, this looks like a town from Disney.
Yeah, it's like you're stepping into like a bunch of different worlds.
It is apocalyptic, could be the future, a little bit of sci-fi, kind of cartoony, just everything kind of mixed in.
And this is a rhinoceros here?
He was kind of our, I guess, mascot at one point. He had a really good silicone mask, and he was kind of this area's mascot.
He was kind of like the mob boss CEO of the Cortex Power Zone.
And again, this is all plywood and hours of cutting, jigsaws, sanding, patching, texturing, painting, airbrushing, dirtying it down with various forms of paint.
It's funny you say Toontown because this reminds me a lot of the Roger Rabbit ride.
Yes.
When you're going through here, the furnace.
The direct
Somebody's
inspiration, yeah. I love that ride.
inspiration.
So, this whole room is pulled from that, really.
So it's foam, and then what do you put over the top of it to harden it?
It's a hard coat. There's various forms of that. It's a water-based. Being in California now, they're very conscious of fumes and stuff. So there was other ones before, but it's a water-based, almost you would say like not quite a plaster, but it's a water-based with a hardener, and you would paint that several coats, then sand it down, and then you go ahead and put like a layer of like a good house paint, and then you could airbrush it, do some detailing. We were getting colors like pink and baby blue, and they ask us, what are you painting a baby's room? And believe it or not, no, we're doing a home haunt.
Any place called Sewage Falls cannot end well. It's like a mutant over here.
Carrots had a different life years ago, and then we came into this room. And so usually we build everything new for the new rooms, but there's some that sometimes fit and we can make it work.
Now, will there be someone sticking their head out of here?
No, that is just kind of, we have a soundtrack with the engine idling, but yeah, nobody will be in there.
You got some slabs of some meat over here in the corner. It's like a meat locker. This whole area is toxic. Pull the flaps back and go in. This is kind of spooky even in the daytime.
Yeah, this is probably one of more of our scary rooms, just because it is narrow, it is closed in, and as you can see, even in the daytime, it's pretty dark, and there's little cutaways which actors can pop in and out of. And again, the direction, you never know where they're coming from. They could come from this window, they could come from this corner, this cutout behind us.
Are these supposed to be eggs down here?
They are. They're giant alien eggs.
Kind of reminds me of Alien.
And then when we hit the lights, though, they'll glow red, and some of them dim with the dimmer. They'll, like a heartbeat is pulsing.
This is kind of an upside down hidden Mickey.
Yeah, I didn't even notice that one.
From this angle, if you turn it upside down, and you flip the camera around.
Yeah, there you go.
Here you go. So this is the way we walked in. Then you circle through this way.
And then again, you could have an actor from this room coming at you, this room, the room you just exited, or you could have the actor come out and greet you here too. So we always like to keep them coming at you many different ways. And then this is, how tall are these walls, Taylor? 10 feet?
These are 10, yes.
Yeah, we got over ambitious one year, and
10-foot walls.
we almost needed to go there because as you could see when you round this corner.
So he's 9 feet tall.
Yeah, 9 feet tall, and then we screwed ourselves and had to make 10 feet walls. So
So you put him in here first and then built it around him?
Like, we were like, all right, let's just make these scenes gigantic. And then after we did that, we're like, okay, well, we can't use 8-foot walls for these. They're way too tall. So the robots came first, and then we had to figure out what size walls to use.
we had our buddy sculpt out all of the chest. And Taylor, he sculpted many of the masks in her maze, and he sculpted this head. He would sculpt that in clay. I would make plaster molds. We would cast it in foam, again, airbrushing, detailing. So yeah, we literally, almost all of the props that we have are pretty much completely scratch made.
Has a very Transformers feel to it, this guy.
Yeah, I think we had a lot of the body, and then we were missing the heads. So he, again, sculpted the head in clay, and then again, plaster molds and foam injecting.
That's awesome.
And then I went and detailed it out, painted it, and then dirtied it down with some oils and some greasy looking kind of paint stains, control panel. Like this one right here is specifically made to look like an actor. He would be up here. This lights up and he'll be doing this and then coming at you, scared you.
Back and forth.
Basically maybe programming him or making him come to life. EPS styrofoam.
That's just
For
styrofoam.
from packing, that white, cheap-looking styrofoam. And he takes his rake and he carves it hot wire. And same with the legs, chest, arms. And then I get all these pieces, and then I made a speed rail, skeleton, and then put them together, all the pieces. This way. Many different ways.
The thing about home haunts, you just basically just look on the horizon. You can see houses.
Oh, everybody's roast dogs barking.
Yeah, gives it a really cool ambiance. What kind of testing is going on in this section?
This is entering kind of an older building we had, so we kind of morphed it out, put new signs up, repurposed different decorations.
Slime. Oh, there's a mouth right there.
There's an eye in the flower,
Oh, yeah.
mouth, and then you're kind of entering the
There's some goo stuck
test
on the wall.
facility.
You have someone up there in that little room?
Again, yes, they can be. They could be in the second story. This whole catwalk too. Somebody can be up here, reaching down.
Yeah, there's like plenty of places to jump out.
Yeah, corners behind. Depends on how fast you go. It's usually from like 8 to 9 to 10 minutes.
It's pretty decent length compared to some others.
Yeah, it kind of, people exit the maze and are just sometimes amazed. It's just like, how big is your backyard? It's like, well, no, it's just a normal sized backyard. It's just how we have the paths and how they intertwine and wind back and forth.
Feels a little, it almost
is.
feels a little cooler in here.
I think that's just the natural breeze, because this is one of the rooms that, like, the roof is open, and there's not really a whole lot of sides to it, so the breeze kind of naturally does flow in here, unlike the other ones that are more closed off.
Maybe because I'm looking at the icicles.
Yeah, we
It's
got
just like giving me that.
foam icicles, foam ice block. This is our alien. And then you got your, that stuff you flock your Christmas tree with, we spray it on the walls to give it kind of a snowy effect. It's our service elevator.
Oh, the service
I think
elevator.
after going to...
Is this the elevator operator? Or is he
Yes,
just
you could say that.
or
We
is he
never
just hanging
thought
around?
about that. Yeah, some little controls there, and besides operating the elevator, it looks like he's going to send up a couple nuclear missiles up in there.
I like the speed limit sign. In case anyone tries to run through here at quicker than 25 miles an hour, they know to slow down just a little bit.
When he was first made, he was kind of like a Humpty Dumpty egg type guy. We couldn't really use that in our future themes, so we took him and made him into just this weird junkyard mutant.
We got to make him fit in our new theme, so we did basically, cut a hole in his stomach, put a TV there, all these little electrical tubes you could buy at the hardware store. Got plywood, fake bullets, and made him like a monocle, exposed brain, flashing lights, so that he would fit in our new theme.
Is this a flower or a pod of some sort?
Yeah, it's what is it? A cocoon?
I guess.
Oh, it's a cocoon.
We call it the artichoke.
The artichoke.
The
yeah.
artichoke.
Yeah, the leaves, the coloring, I think.
It does kind of look like a cocoon.
Yeah, I forget all of our little nicknames and stuff, but yeah. And then there's some more alien eggs. There's our little homage to the thing.
Oh,
Carpenter's
nice.
Thing. So
Yeah.
it's basically every animal, creature, all into one coming out.
That's awesome.
That was originally just that one face was on our entrance at one point, and again we started with the new room, and then we had all these other little, just a severed head. It was a boar's head. I believe there was a lamb's head, a person's head, and we kind of just all foamed them on there, and then went in, put detailed foam, and then airbrushed it, painted it up, and then we have a new prop.
There's nothing more horrifying than an ice cream truck, because you never know
Yeah.
what's inside of it.
Again, it has its little ray gun on the side. And then as you step in it, you realize you're not just in a regular ice cream truck, you're in a spaceship.
A spaceship ice cream truck.
Yes.
Okay, and you have the menu here on the.
And all the good snacks.
All right, I'm gonna.
So on the outside, it's traditional, and then you go in.
Oh yeah.
All these panels will light up, kind of Star Trek-ish. Your enter control panel here. These light up over here.
And you have a scare actor in here.
Somebody
Be hiding down
in
here.
there, hiding in there. And you exit
In and
right
out.
where you began.
They are open on the weekends from 7 to 10 p.m. It is a free attraction. However, they do take donations if you are so inclined. Now I must be patient. The strobe lights have been turned on, but it's still going to be a little while before the sun completely sets. You see the moon in the sky. I must be patient, but soon it will begin. Soon it will begin. This will give me a chance to walk along and look at some of the other neighbors' decor. There's a creepy doll hanging from that limb. Some free-floating ghosts and jack-o'-lantern smiles on the side of that wall. And as I shift just a little to the left, there is a banshee. I think that's what that is. A banshee against the wall, and a half a dozen skulls just kind of meandering around the side of that truck. A garage door with a backstory, perhaps. No telling what happened in there. Some spooky trees. Witches on their brooms, circling the moon, or at least a half moon, like a crescent moon. Is that what that's called? In this graveyard. It looks as if it has begun. Seems to be quite the congregation of people already in line.
I don't think you should be allowed in your church. Up until the part where it gets even at the back, it's scary.
All right. Okay.
Going in. Into the darkness. Doing some cleaning over there. Doing a little scrubbing. Oh, hello there. Oh, the ticket booth. Going through the flap. Ah! Excuse me. To the robotic chamber. Oh! That was a startle me. Hello in there. Are you pointing? I don't like the looks of this through the fence. Waiting on me. Are you waiting on me? Okay, that's pretty scary. Making quite a racket over there. The Red Cross Society Casualty Morgue. Oh, look at that! Oh, you were waiting on me earlier, and you got me. Yes, take a bow. Take a bow. Oh.
Very good, sir. Very good.
Clowns. I'm not a fan of clowns. Oh, please, I don't want to. Into the ice cream truck. Are they?
I don't know. Major look.
I go out this way? Okay, see ya. See you later. Whoa. That's going to do it for today. If you're new here, please subscribe. By doing so, helps keep you in the loop and up to date on future adventures I will be going on, endeavors, as well as uploads here on this channel. Take it a step further, ring that notification bell. I'll see you in the next video. The vlog is over. Do I have to reiterate? I'm not a fan of clowns.
You might look at
You're scaring me.
Sorry, okay.